One of the most fundamental questions we face in life is, who should my friends be? Who should my romantic partner be? How do we find those people? Well, today we're going to discuss that. And the answer is this: you don't think about finding them first. First, you understand how to be alone. The ability to be alone is the essential precondition for finding the best types of friends and the best types of romantic partners. Why is that? Because we're a social species. We fear being alone. And because we fear being alone, we always look to solve that problem by surrounding ourselves with other people. The majority of people want to have friends. They obviously want a romantic partner. They do not like being in solitude. That creates a fundamental problem. Why is that? Because in our desperation not to be alone, we lower our standards. We hang out with people who we know aren't good for us. We tolerate behavior that is not aligned with our principles. We denigrate ourselves. We lower our standards. And then we end up with dissatisfying human relationships, whether that be romantic or pure friendship. It makes us dissatisfied. It means we're not the best we can be, but we all do that just purely out of fear, the fear of loneliness. When we can conquer the fear of loneliness, we can be selective about our friends. We can live up to our highest ideals, and even better than that, the people around us we can select to lift us up and bring out the best in ourselves, rather than them simply being a temporary medicine to the fundamental psychic problem of our fear of loneliness. So how do we get over the fear of loneliness? That's the key question. Well, like anything that's unpleasant for us, whether that be something like exercise or eating your vegetables or studying for an exam, it needs practice. It's not something we're inbuilt with. The majority of people are not inbuilt with an ability to be alone. It's fearful, it's unpleasant. But what do we mean by practicing being alone? What does success look like? Well, what is not is we just spend a couple of hours here and there playing on our phones or watching the TV, and that's my alone time, and now I can go out and see my friends or whatever. That's not what we mean about being good about being alone. Being good at being alone means self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency in two aspects. First, emotional self-sufficiency, and second, practical self-sufficiency. That's what we need to practice. And so every week you should carve out several hours to practice these two skills. What do I mean by them? Well, emotional self-sufficiency means the ability to look inside your mind and be with your thoughts without anxiety. That's very important because most of us figure out alone time as distraction time. We distract ourselves with random tasks. We're not truly alone, looking into our own souls, our own minds. I always recommend meditation on this channel. I'm going to recommend it again. Sitting down and understanding what's going through your brain and facing up to that reality. That's what being alone really means. When you have an emotional problem, most of us want to immediately find someone to 倾诉. My advice is, before finding someone to talk about that, if you've had a bad day at work, you're worried about something's going wrong, first face it yourself. Try and think through it yourself. Spend some time by yourself before you find other people, and see whether you can't reason through it yourself first. That's emotional self-sufficiency, the ability to be alone with your true thoughts, and that's the scariest of all. The second is practical self-sufficiency. Can you accomplish everyday tasks by yourself? A lot of us, we need people around us because we feel we cannot enjoy life without people there as emotional crutches. How many people are willing to go to the cinema alone, to exercise alone, to eat in a restaurant alone, to join a new club or activity or group alone? These are scary things for human beings, but you must conquer them. If you can do those things alone, then you don't need someone always by your side. Similarly, practical tasks in real life. Do you just have people around because you need them to help you with work, or you feel that you can't organise your life properly without other people helping out? These are not good reasons to have people around you. So practical self-sufficiency is your ability not only to complete the day-to-day tasks of life by yourself, but also to find enrichment from going to restaurants, going to museums, going to a park, going for a walk, exercising, or whatever it is that you like to do completely alone. Now, what does that mean overall? What I'm saying is not be a loner, shut yourself indoors, never talk to anybody. What I'm saying is this: when you are confident emotionally and practically that you can be alone and you can do these things alone, you no longer need other people. But then very positive things happen. The people that you have in your life are those that enhance, They are not there because you feel you need them. They are there because they make things better. You invite people in because they improve things on what you could do yourself. But it's not out of fear, it's out of love and out of desire.